أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغن عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون صدق الله العلي العظيم. Students of 10th class, I am talking to you for lecture number 7. Slide is visible, you can see, and I was talking about excretion. My point in last lecture was about excretion, and I was differentiating excretion from egestion. I was also telling that osmoregulation. What is osmoregulation? The water concentration maintained constant in our body, how the temperature in our body remain constant in our body, and most important, how the plants also excrete waste products. Because if we are living things, plants are also living things, and they also excrete waste products. Now I will tell you a point. When you will keep this point in the mind, then you will be able to tell why things comes out from the living thing, why they are not they don't remain present in the body. Anything which is harmful. I am not talking about nitrogenous waste component. I am not talking about digestive waste products. I am talking about even useful products like water, carbon dioxide, oxygen, calcium oxalate. I am talking about all things. If they are harmful in the body, they are waste products. They are waste products, and their removal is essential. Their removal is essential. Doctor says to patient that this cyst is not good for your health, and we have to do surgery, and this cyst has to be removed. But doctor will not say anything which is useful in your body. He will remove the waste thing, which is extra thing, which is not required. So therefore, in the plants also similar thing happen. Lot of waste products in the plant. If we are removing our waste products, plants are also removing the waste products, and their waste products are different because that plants harmful chemicals, harmful things which are present in the plants, they are different. So this is very astonishable that there are no washrooms for the plants, because plants excrete by different way. For example, I tell you, ladyfinger. You did see the vegetable, you are eating ladyfinger, and ladyfinger has little mucilage, the gummy chemical. That is the waste product which it is releasing out. Similarly, you go about the rubber plant, secrete resin. Latex secreted by latex is a product, excretory product in some plants. So therefore, plants also excrete waste products. Excretion definition is different in the plants and the animals. I can say, because that will confuse you, because you are thinking, sir, a removal of nitrogenous waste component. You was talking about that nitrogenous waste component comes out of the body from the human body, that is excretion, and in the plants you are defining the excretion by a different way. Anything which is harmful, that removal is necessary. The removal of that waste product is excretion. In case of a human being, nitrogenous waste component is the waste product. Ammonia is the waste product. Removal of ammonia is essential. But in case of plants, there are some other chemicals: latex, resins, mucilage. I told you 3 excretory products. Now I will talk about the major excretory products later on. And major excretory product, I tell you, water. So water is essential for the plants, because without water cannot remain alive, because turgidity is required in parenchyma cell. The parenchyma cells, which are very soft cell, they should fill up with the water, and when they will fill up with the water, turgidity is there. Sir, water is the reactant for photosynthesis, because without water photosynthesis is not take place. How water is an excretory product? This is a question from your side. Now listen the answer. Anything which is extra, the water which is used, that is used. The water which is extra, after using in photosynthesis, after using in turgidity of parenchyma, after using in hydrolytic enzymes, after using in the formation of the food, after using in the phloem, after using in the xylem, extra water which is not required by the plant, that will come out in the form of liquid. I told you in the last lecture, the liquid water will be removed from some plants. That is amazing also, because that is not the transpiration, that is the guttation. G-U-T-T-A-T-I-O-N, guttation. What is the guttation? When liquid water removes from the leaf of the plant, that is called the guttation. And what is transpiration? Water is also removed by the transpiration, but that is in the form of the vapor, like evaporation. You cannot see that vapors. What liquid form, like grasses, you know, the water comes in the liquid state, and you are walking in the morning and you are walking, some grasses are wet, that is the guttation. So water is excretory product. So in the daytime, when a plant is doing photosynthesis and respiration, both extra oxygen is released. So oxygen is an excretory product at daytime. At night time, when there is no photosynthesis, the carbon dioxide gas is released from the plant. So at night time, what is the excretory product? Carbon dioxide. At different time, different excretory products in the plants. So plants are also living thing. Plants are also living thing. Another excretory product I will tell you, calcium oxalate. This word is little difficult, but I will discuss in this chapter. Why? Because you know, stones in the kidney, in the present in the human body, stones in the kidney, stones in the ureter, stones in the gallbladder, 70% of these stones are crystals like, and they are composed of calcium oxalate. From where this stone comes from? Plants, from tomato plant, because tomato consists of calcium oxalate, and that calcium oxalate goes into our body, that accumulated in the form of the solid, and calcium oxalate also waste product in the plant, and that also submitted in the leaf in the form of the crystals. Sometimes leaf shed off. This is very important disposable procedure. So why not we remove the leaf? In spite of removing the waste products, remove the shedding of the leaf in winter season, you know, and then new leaf rises. Mean that leaf is full of so many waste products. So better don't remove the waste product from the leaf. Let leaf die and form new leaf in place of that. So that's why leaves are temporary, and after some duration they shed down. Shedding of the leaf take place, and new leaves arises because their excretory products becomes too much high. Now look at this definition in the front of the slide. I will divide the plants into different groups. Understand? Some plants which lives in the water, they are called hydrophytes. The plants living in the water, they are called hydrophytes. Plants living in the deserts, they are called xerophytes. Now I am dividing the plants. I am not talking about the animals. First of all, talk about plants groups. Plants which lives in the deserts, those are called the xerophytes. Now the point which I wanted to explain in this definition, xerophytes, that each thing is balanced in the plants as well, like our body. If plant is living in the desert, it means that plant lacks water. Now plant has to modify, because the main topic I am teaching you, homeostasis. The meaning of homeostasis, the self-regulatory mechanism of the living thing. Self-regulatory mechanism. Each living thing maintain itself, maintain its balance quickly. We maintain our balance quickly. If I drink too much water, so definitely that extra water will come out of the body. Similarly, if the plants are living in the desert, this is a homeostasis. If the plant living in the desert, water is not present in the roots, so what will happen? There will be some organs, there will be some modification in the plants that will be able to conserve water, to store water. That is a modification. So each plant, according to habitat, has special modification according to homeostasis. Sir, 2-3 words you are using: excretion, egestion, homeostasis. What is the relationship between these all terms? Major term is homeostasis. These all terms are justifying homeostasis. Excretion, maintaining the waste products in your body. Osmoregulation, maintaining the water concentration in the body. Thermoregulation, maintaining the temperature constant. Maintaining the constant temperature in your body. And similarly, guttation, maintaining the water concentration in the plant. Transpiration, maintaining the water concentration in the plants. Removal of oxygen at the daytime, maintaining the oxygen concentration in the plant. Removal of carbon dioxide at the night time, maintenance of carbon dioxide concentration in the plants. Removing of mucilage by lady finger, maintaining the waste products in the plant. So these all are the example of homeostasis. Now important discussion about the xerophytes. Xerophytes, dear students, xerophyte, the plants living in the deserts. I have to move this picture. Xerophytes, plants living in the deserts are called the xerophytes. And if the plants are living in the deserts, they need little modification. What is the modification? Their stem become succulent stem, succulent. If you are writing, I will speak once again, succulent, succulent stem. What is the meaning of the succulent stem? The stem which can store water. Sir, why there is a storage of the water is required in the stem? Because this is xerophytes. They are living in the desert area, Thar area. In Registan, there is no water. When there is no water, there should be little modification like camel. What is the modification? The stem can store water. This is the modification example of homeostasis. Another modification. Their leaf will be thin. Their leaf, this leaf has large surface area. Look at, if this my hand has a look-like leaf, surface area is long. This leaf will change into this leaf, like my finger, needle-like. Leaf changes into finger-like, needle-like. Reason, surface area more, surface area less. Surface area more, transpiration more by the stomata. Understand? Surface area less, transpiration less. Transpiration less, less water will be goes into atmosphere. So transpiration will be decreased. How it will be decreased? By making surface area less in the leaf. And also, if you were studying cross section of the leaf, I was naming one layer, cuticle. Did you remember the cuticle? The cuticle layer will be very thick in this leaf, in the xerophytes. Cuticle layer will be very thick. Cuticle layer thick, transpiration rate will decrease. So by all means, we are just saving water. We are not letting down the water to go out from the leaf, in this case xerophytes, and also we are storing water like camel, and that water is being stored in a stem, in the structure succulent organs. These such organs which can store water in the plants, that are the succulent organs. Now go back to another topic, halophytes. Halophytes, Halophytes, halophytes. These are the plants living in the salts. I will brief this plant in a little a bit after, because that is quite technical also, interesting also. And you will feel that plants has dual behavior. Normally humans have also dual behavior. You know that a lot of the people among us are dual behavior of the membrane in halophytes. Two behavior of the plant. At one time they will behave differently, at other point they will behave differently. And this is homeostasis. This is interesting also. I give you examples. You know hypertonic solution, hypotonic solution, we discussed in 9th class. When solutes are more, that is called hypertonic solution. When solute is less, that is the hypotonic solution. What is the halophytes? Once again, the plants living in the salts, those plants are called halophytes. Such group of the plant is called halophytes. Now what happens? When plants are living in the salts, the significant problem occur that water comes from outside to inside. Water comes from salts come from outside to inside, and salts becomes more inside the halophytes, due to which water goes into the halophytes. So halophytes' major problem is that they were deficient in the water concentration. I give you example once again. Halophyte mean that plant is living in salty habitat. Salty habitat mean salt is more outside. When salt is more outside, salt is less inside. Salt is more outside, salt more. Solution is, you know, I was asking question in the classroom, hypertonic, hypertonic. When salts are less inside the cell, such solution is called as hypotonic solution. So what will happen? The salts will come from outside to inside. Why it will come? Down the concentration gradient. Everything flow from the high concentration to the low concentration. So down the concentration gradient, the salt will flow. When salt will flow from the high concentration to the low concentration, I will give you little idea from here as well. I am talking about this one, this information I am talking about. This information. Salts will go into the vacuole of the cell from outside to inside because water is stored in the vacuole. So salts are soluble in water. So salt and water, they will go into vacuole of the plant, membrane of the vacuole, you know, tonoplast. So what will happen? What will happen when salts entered into vacuole? Salt will be very happy that I will be able to come out. I will be able to come out. When salts will try to come out, when salts will able to try to come out, the vacuole membrane will refuse. Did you note the dual behavior of the membrane of the vacuole or semi-permeable membrane? Allows the salt molecule to enter into the cell down the concentration gradient from high concentration to the low concentration. So when salts enters into the vacuole, when salts enters into these all informations are written here. But I will explain in the easiest way. Look here. When salts will go from outside to inside the cell, from high concentration to the low concentration, because I am talking about halophytes, and halophytes are the plants which live in the salts, and when they will move into the cell, salts will move into the cell, they will not allow to come out. The salts will be able to enter into vacuole and salts will not be able to come out from the vacuole. This is a question mark. This is a dual behavior of the cell. This is a dual behavior of semi-permeable membrane of the cell. This is a dual behavior of semi-permeability of the tonoplast of the vacuole. That is allowing molecules to enter into vacuole. Yes, please come, become our guest, and then after some time you may go, we will not stop you. So this was lie statement by the vacuole. When salts entered, what happened? This salts, look here, the red line. Red line is not visible. This salts will not be able to, this salt will not be able to come out from the vacuole. So this is a dual behavior of the vacuole. This is a double behavior of the vacuole. Now question is, sir, why this is a dual behavior of halophytes? That in one way they are allowing, in one way they are allowing movement of they are allowing the movement. Why this is dual behavior of the halophytes? In one way the salts are moving inside the vacuole, and when salts goes inside they don't even salt is in higher concentration. Now I am understanding your question, sir. Salts in the vacuole, why salt can come out from the vacuole? Salt can come out because when salt at high concentration inside vacuole, less concentration outside, so it can come out. Salt entered also down the concentration gradient because salts were more outside, salts were less inside, salts were more outside, move from high concentration to low concentration. When salts become more inside the vacuole, salts can come out from high concentration to low concentration. So why salts did not come, even concentration was higher in the vacuole? Semi-permeable dual role. This is the point. Salts technically, legally, they should come out. They should come out. They should come out. Reason why they should come out? Reason is that because they are at high concentration inside the vacuole, but that is not coming out. Semi-permeable membrane role. Sir, semi-permeable membrane role is that they allows the molecules to pass from high concentration to low concentration. So that role is negative. That is my point. Semi-permeable membrane dual role, double role. In one way they are allowing molecule from high concentration to low concentration, and in a backward way salt is not coming out from high concentration to low concentration, from the vacuole to outside. So why it happens? This is very interesting. Reason is that self-regulatory mechanism. Plants and animals save themselves from disrupted errors, and they do some awkward thing, they do some extraordinary things. Which thing was extraordinary in this case? Semi-permeable membrane changed the rule that I will flow the molecule from high concentration to low concentration. It did not allow the molecules to move out to the salt. Just the cell wanted to salt concentration high in the vacuole to keep the salts in the vacuole, so that when salt will be more, water will be less. I want your attention. If you are not listening, I will remain silent for some time. I want your attention. This is the point, students. In the vacuole the salt is more, water concentration is less. Outside if the water concentration is less, which solution is there? Hypertonic inside now, earlier hypertonic outside. Because salt has been entered, water is less, it means this is a hypertonic solution. When hypertonic solution is there, mean water concentration is less, so outside solution is automatically hypotonic, water is more. So which thing is more outside? Water. So which thing according to legal requirement, according to law, which thing should flow inside? Water. From outside to inside. Hypo out, hyper inside, water more outside, water less inside. Water flows from outside more concentration to inside less concentration. Why water is able to move inside the cell? Because cell membrane and vacuole membrane stopped salts to flow out. Keep the salts high, water concentration decreased, and in the vacuole the solution become the hypertonic, mean that water will be able to flow from the high concentration to low concentration. Why these changes occurred? To increase the water concentration in the plant, to give water concentration to the plant. Dual behavior in the halophytes. It means that halophytes maintain water concentration by this way. They keep the salts inside. So this was the molecules, plants living in the water is called hydrophytes, living in the salts is called halophytes. The xerophytes modification I told you, I will tell you some xerophytes modifications from here as well. The extra water comes out. Look here, the water is coming in the liquid state. That is a guttation. Transpiration in the form of the vapors. This is the word also written GU. You can see from the book GUTATIO, and liquid water removal is called a guttation. Now I'm interested to show you the thing which is important, the modification in the xerophytes. And these modifications are important. Look at the xerophyte modifications. What happens? The cuticle thick, I already told you. Example is cactus plant in case of the xerophytes. And what is the another modification? Leaf needle like, and organs are succulent organs, means they can store water. Stem can store water. And another modification in case of the hydrophytes. In case of another modification, that if the modification in the hydrophytes is very simple, because if the plants are living in the water is moving up more through the xylem, so you need to transpire water more and more, because water is coming regularly. So some water you will use, some water will be used, and most of the water will become excretory product. So plant has to remove this extra water by some organs. Which organs remove the water? Stomata. And stomata will be more in the lower epidermis in the hydrophytes. Why? Because water should move out to maintain the homeostasis, to maintain the water concentration in the hydrophytes, because hydrophyte is absorbing more water, example water lily, and this extra water will come out through more number of stomata. Surface area of the leaf will be more, reason because you want to transpire more and more. Thank you very much, and you will revise these informations, and I will come soon in the lecture number 8 for you. Thank you very much, 10th class.